Okay, hello. So this is going to be the football defensive back SAQs and Pylos training program. First, we're going to start with a needs analysis. So for a defensive football back player, in the sport, they will be sprinting a lot, jumping and tackling. Their muscular involvements will include their calves, quads, hamstrings, glute muscles, and hip flexors. They are all recruited in the game as they explosively sprint, jump, or tackle the opponent to intercept a passing play. Arm strength is also essential if they need to intercept the ball. They're going to be in that back row in the defensive linemen, and so when they're on defense, they're going to be backpedaling a lot, changing directions wherever the receiver is heading or wherever it seems like the ball is going, so that they can block the pass or tackle them down. So they're going to need overall very well strength, which is going to go into our next slide, which their physiological analysis will include. They need proper speed and endurance, and it is also essential to have adequate agility and quick cognitive thinking. So these drills that we are going to go into, they really practice their reaction time and changing direction quickly, because the defensive back does not know where the receiver is going to go, where the ball is going to go. So he needs to have a good base in changing direction, having that quick on the feet, quick cognitive thinking, what he's going to do, and where he's going to end up. Potential injuries are ACL and PCL injuries, so this is important to note as we enter our warm-up phase. So first we're going to want them to raise their body temperature, jogging around half of the field possibly, and then their general phase, which is going to warm up those muscles that will need to be recruited during their training and their game. And sport-specific phase is going to enhance that neuromuscular function so that their body is ready for those exact movements within the game. This will include burpees, 75 max out sprints, and then 90 to 100 max sprint. So then we're going to enter our SAQ drills and our upper body plyometrics and lower body plyometrics. I couldn't fit it in the PowerPoint, so we're going to open this and play it, and I'll explain each one. So this one is going to be a deceleration with a back pedal. So the players need very proper speed to beat that receiver down the line. But they need to be quick on their feet and not take any extra steps than necessary. So that's why the deceleration phase is so important. They're going to start in a crouched athletic stance and with their feet opposite movements with their legs, reciprocal movements. They're going to run down and decelerate at the end. For the Z drill, they're going to be side shuffling to the first one, and then I had them sprint to the next diagonal cone after the deceleration, and then they're going to side shuffle to the last cone. This is really going to help incorporate both that lateral quickness as well as the sprint phase. So this will be helping their agility and changing direction very quickly, as well as their peripheral vision too, as they keep their eyes forward during the side shuffle phase, and when the cone is in their peripheral vision, change modes and sprint. And so then the lower body plyometrics, we have the 4 hurdle drill. So this is really going to have the athlete take in a crouch stance. They're going to be in a crouch stance, athletic, with their eyes face forward as well as their torso, their chest upright, and they want to be in that crouch stance facing forward, and then with the same foot stepping over onto each cone. This is an advanced drill, so maybe 1, 2, and then come back with the same leg. So their leading leg will be going over the hurdle with their trailing leg behind, and so they can go all the way through 4 hurdles that way. So it would be left, right over 1 hurdle, left, right over 1 hurdle, and so forth. And so this is really going to help with their speed and agility, quickness, and changing direction. So say they think the receiver is going one way and they change direction, they're going to be ready because of this lower body plyometric drill. So that's good. So this is going to be our upper body plyometrics phase. This is a chest pass. The chest pass should be usually with a coach. I had my mom, The athlete should be in an upright stance, probably with a slight flex in their knees and their feet about shoulder width apart. For all of these drills, by the way, for the SAQs, you want your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart and not crossing each other, like when you're in the shuffling portion. And then as well as the hurdle, you want your feet shoulder width apart. But for the upper body plyometrics, you want to have your elbows slightly flexed back, and when you throw the ball, you're going to have your elbows fully extended to the coach. She was a good help. So this is going to help the players stimulate that type of force that they will need when they intercept the ball in the game. They need to be accustomed to absorbing that force and potentially intercepting the ball. This is our last one. I just include it because depth push-ups are a great tool to develop that upper body strength that football players, especially defensive quarterbacks or defensive backs, really need. So this is really going to help them develop that quick, like, it was hard. When you explode back up to the ball, it's going to be a lot of strength in your pec major and minor. So they're going to be in a push-up position and with their hands extended out onto the medicine ball. And then quickly the player will remove their hands from the medicine ball to slightly wider than shoulder width apart. And then they will push up from their elbows back onto the medicine ball. So this is great for strength development. I was in a girl push-up position just because it wasn't successful the first time. But so that is our SAQ and plyometric program that I would prescribe for a defensive back football player. And these are my references. Thank you.